Hello, and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence. And it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Shawn. And we have been very busy creating other things this weekend.
Oh.
That are coming up.
Secret things?
Secret, well, not really secret so much. We've hinted at it, but like this is the second episode we recorded this weekend, technically.
Correct.
But yeah, no, it's been an interesting weekend or whatever. We did go to a 90s exhibit.
Yeah, we went to a museum here in Denver that has a 90s exhibit, and it's a really great way to make yourself feel old.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got to walk through and go, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. And then there was like all these young kids who I knew were not alive when it happened, and that made me sad.
Yeah, there are a lot of kids that were either, not alive or just too young to have any like recollection of like what happened in 1990 when, you and I were already like 10 years in.
Right.
But there's a lot of stuff that was in there that like I didn't always remember. Like some stuff about that one computer virus that was brought up.
Yeah, I didn't remember. The Melissa virus, which I had no recollection of. That was in like, what, 98 or 99?
Yeah, it was late in the decade.
Yeah, I don't remember it at all. Because they were like, oh, this is like one of the first big viruses to hit. And I was like, I don't remember this.
Yeah. There was a few other things too. It's just very like, yeah. But what actually I did like, though, because not being a native Coloradan,
yep,
there was a lot.
Having not lived here for a long time.
Yeah, not having lived a long. Yeah, not having lived here for a long time. They did have a section each place where there was stuff that was specific to Colorado.
Yeah, because this museum is called History Colorado.
Right.
And so a lot of it has to do with Colorado history. So in this 90s exhibit, it would be like, this happened. Here's Lollapalooza. Happened, obviously nationwide stuff. And then it would be like Mayor Wellington Webb is elected. He's the first black mayor of Denver, which is true. So it would have like these little notes about like Colorado specific things that happened out here.
Yeah.
Like the Avs winning the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
The first year they came to be a team here.
What a fucking treat for you guys.
And it was.
That's just like.
That was the first championship we ever had.
Right.
Yeah.
It was. Also, I mean, granted, you guys did have a hockey team before that, so it's not like you didn't.
We did, but I mean, I don't remember how long it was between those two hockey teams.
It was a while. It was like the 80s. It was like early 80s or something. I forgot what team they went on to be.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's kind of makes me even more frustrated when it's like if you did that in Buffalo, just be like, well, the Bills went to the Super Bowl and they lost. Bills went to the Super Bowl and they lost, like year after year after year. And the Sabres went to the Cup and they lost.
The Broncos did that for a while. Let's be honest. Broncos went to the Super Bowl and they lost. And then they finally won. I think the year after
they won
the
back
Avs.
to back ones.
Yeah, but they won. I think the year after the Avs won.
98.
So maybe it was 2 years after, because I think 96 was when the Avs won.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, and then that's when the Broncos won. But other than that, it would always be like Broncos at the Super Bowl, Broncos lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah, if they made it. Yeah,
if they made it.
Oh,
yeah, but it was fun. It was very, very funny to like look at things and be like, hey, here's a 3.5-inch floppy disk. And it's in a museum, or like, here's one of those phones that you can see through.
Yeah.
Remember when that was a thing?
I think the one thing that really kind of hit me was there was a section where it was like, hey, you see all this stuff in this case? This all fits in your phone now.
Yes.
And it was like alarm clock.
Tamagotchi.
Like, they had a Wheel of Fortune game in there.
But yeah, like games on your phone now.
Games and all these other
calendar and all sorts of weird shit that was like, it's in your phone.
Like CDs and music and all. It's all in one space. And again, there are a lot of people on this earth now who grew up not understanding that that's what you had to do.
Yeah. And you had all these different things.
Yeah. And just not really having that perspective of what it was like to come into that as it happened. Like, I know it's like, there's people that probably kind of bring it to comics. There's people that probably have never read a physical comic.
Oh, 100%.
Because they only do the stuff online or the digital stuff, and they don't
either
know that you can actually buy them,
or they've only watched like animated stuff. because I've seen that pop up a couple times. Because like, the Cape Crusader, obviously, Batman and the Cape Crusader has the show.
The Amazon show? Okay.
Yeah. So in that show, Catwoman is in that purple costume, with the slit up the leg.
Yeah.
Which is a very classic costume.
Yeah, it's from the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, from the
early 80s, yeah.
Yeah, and there's some action figure that came out with her in it, and underneath the comment was like, oh, wow, this is her Cape Crusader outfit. Like, they have no concept that it was before this show, and that's what, no concept at all. So it's interesting to see.
Things existed before you did.
Yeah.
Things happened. You could find that out. That always frustrates me.
That does frustrate me. But again, I can't really blame the children because we got to sit there and watch these shows with our parents. So we would get this idea.
And we had to watch these shows because that's all we had. We didn't have, we had magazines and comic books and music and all that stuff. But like a lot of times you just sat down and you just watched whatever it was and you had to watch it when it was on.
Yeah.
I know that's such an old person thing to push, but
that was kind of the interesting part because I'd see those younger kids like looking around at the 90s museum. I think there was like the 2 or 3 12-year-old girls like standing around reading things. And I'm like, is this their first exposure to any of this? You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe, probably.
It's quite possible.
Yeah, but I'm glad they're there looking at it.
That's and I don't, obviously we don't have kids, so we don't know how they teach history at school.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But I really wish that pop culture was a curriculum.
It kind of needs to be.
Or part of a thing that, like, I know that you go to college and you could probably take a class like that.
But I almost feel like, so we have a common language. Well, we used to have a common pop culture language. We kind of need it again. Because these kids are just, I don't know, skibbity toilets or whatever the fuck they're doing. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. Maybe I need a refresher course.
Because I kind of feel like when we were in school, even in grade school, like when you learned about the 40s and 50s,
you knew about Elvis and
you kind of learned more. You kind of learned about. I don't know if they teach you, it's like, well, in the 1990s there were the Spice Girls.
That's a good question because I do remember like learning about like rock and roll and Elvis and how they had to shoot
big band music,
but they had to shoot Elvis from the waist up and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. Like I do remember learning about that stuff. So I don't know.
It's crazy, man.
Back in 1940, 8 sensational heroes united to create the world's very first superhero team, the Justice Society of America. Now, 85 years later, we're gathering podcasters and bloggers from around the globe for a month-long celebration in an event we're calling JS April. Throughout April 2025, join dozens of content creators as they each share their own unique tributes to the original and greatest superhero team, including all-star podcasters and bloggers like
Justice Society presents
the Longbox Crusade podcast,
Campus Comics Cast,
Supergirl Comic Box Commentary,
the Quarter Bin Podcast,
the Bat Pod,
the Earth 2 Podcast,
FW Team Up,
Diana Prince is the new Wonder Woman,
Fanholes Podcast,
Back to the Bins,
Coffee and Comics,
the Huntress Podcast,
*51.blogspot.com,
Justice Society Origins, a part of John Reed's Comics,
DC Special Cast,
Between the Pages blog,
The Outcasters, a Batman and the Outsiders podcast,
A World on Fire and All-Star Squadron podcast,
JLA Stories and Friends,
The Monitor Tapes,
a Crisis on Infinite Earths podcast,
Lords of Order, a DC's Dr. Fate fan podcast,
David M. Gallagher at Medium.com,
JSA in the 90s,
Justice League Legacies,
DC Secret Files podcast,
Mike's Geek World,
Pop Culture Affidavit,
the Source Material Comics podcast,
That Giffen Show,
Worst Collection Ever,
The Fantastic Four.
It all comes back to Superman.
And that's just some of the podcasters and bloggers who'll be joining in the celebration. Get ready for a thrilling month of beloved characters, fascinating insights, and incredible stories. Follow the action on social media with the hashtag JSApril, and visit our website for a complete list of participating podcasters, bloggers, and what they're each covering at fireandwaterpodcast.com/JSApril.
Well, we have a book to talk about.
We do.
Instead of complaining about old people things, let's read an old book that is older than the both of us.
Yes. We are talking. Yeah, this is old. This is it's so old.
Speaking of old people things.
Speaking of crust.
Yeah, right.
The Defenders, number 44 from February 1977. So this is 3 years before I was born.
Mm-hmm.
The cover here is we're picking up from the last issue we talked about. We got like 2 more issues in this run because we were talking about and see if maybe we were going to cut it a bit short because there's other stuff we want to get to.
Because Eggman is done.
Because Eggman is done, but
this gem thing is still going on.
Yeah, the Red Rajah thing still goes on for another couple issues, and then it shifts over to like something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
But this is on the cover here. We do see the Red Rajah, as we talked about last issue. He is Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how the deal is. We revealed in this issue the secret of Red Rajah.
So here's a quick question: does he ever become Red Rajah again, or is this just?
This is kind of I don't think so.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I think this just kind of whatever it is with this gem.
Yeah.
Just kind of disappears.
One and done.
I don't think it comes back. I don't think it's really around, So we just kind of deal with this and we're done with it.
Right.
But the Defenders help us before the strangest power of all.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the Hulk on the ground crawling. He's trying to get there, and you got Luke and Nighthawk on their backs doing a little squirrely dance here.
Sure.
And then you got Red Rajah in front of them.
I like actually Luke Cage. He really does look like he's been pictured like mid dance.
Yeah. Yeah, he's mid hustle.
Yeah, he is.
And he doesn't look like he's necessarily as much in pain, but
no.
But I like this picture here of Red Rajah because it's from the back, and it just abuses me because we got to see him. Saw him last issue,
right? But
from this back here, he looks gigantic.
He does. I mean, like his arms are just huge.
And like, I don't know if this is how the gem transforms him, because the gem did give him like organic size powers that we saw.
Yeah. Maybe it makes him huge because I don't remember Doctor Strange being swole.
Yeah. Doctor Strange made some gangs. Dr. Gaines we're talking about. Dr. Gaines. And also he's got that, he's got the wrapped head. And just for the back, for some reason, it just looks like a cabbage or something.
It does look like a cabbage.
It looks delicious. For some reason, it looks like there's something in there that's delicious.
You know what it looks like? So we watched the Harley Quinn thing.
Right.
And, Clayface was pretending to be Brainiac, so he had a shower cap on his head. Right. That is what that looks like.
We haven't really talked about the new Harley Quinn season.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as good as the other ones, but there have been some jokes. I will say
there's some real good stuff, but it's not really focused on anything.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing.
It's kind of like they're not. I'm used to the episodes, used to that show being there's like bigger stakes involved, and for some reason,
I mean, maybe we're getting there. It's just for some reason, Brainiac kind of just feels like an afterthought.
Yeah, they really haven't given him as much.
He's just hanging around talking to a skeleton.
Yeah, he's talking to a skeleton. Yeah, it's goofy.
Yeah, it's weird.
But there are some good jokes in there.
Bruce needs hemorrhoid cream.
Barely, yeah. There's stupid. I don't know. But Clayface, Alan Tudyk is Clayface.
Jesus Christ, he's so funny.
That is he's probably my favorite. I mean, also James Adomia as Bane. It's just always they're both of them are just hitting out of the park.
Probably if I had to look at the past 2 seasons, I would say this season, Clayface doing his one-man show about people who were alive before Pearl Harbor. Is that what
Pearl
it was?
Harbor, but like from the perspective of somebody that wasn't there.
It was like he's a cobbler in Italy, like, and he died before Pearl Harbor. So he's like, I don't know what Pearl Harbor is. I am fixing my shoe. It was just so fucking stupid and funny. It was very, very good.
Well, just because the way that Alan Tudyk does that voice, he's like theater.
I know that like up
the way that he flourishes on words. It is. I can't
get an Italian accent in the Clayface voice. It's very funny. It's just very funny.
Yeah, no. It just the voice acting on that show is very good.
Yeah.
So we start off here. The Rage of the Rajah.
Okay.
Is the issue at hand here. And I should actually point, I always forget to mention the people that are working on this book.
Mm-hmm.
So I always forget to do that. But we have Roger Sliffer and David Kraft as the writers, and Keith Giffen and Klaus Janson as the artists. So Keith Giffen, of course, a very interesting artist. I don't know if I'm trying to figure out where we get those things, because you know when you see it, I can kind of see it in certain parts here.
Yeah.
Rage of the Rajah, and right off the bat, Hulk.
Man, Hulk is just, all he wants to do is smash.
I don't
ever remember Hulk being this
petulant
and angry. Like, I realize Hulk is angry.
Hulk is angry, but Hulk's kind of being an asshole.
He's being a huge dick. He's being a 2-year-old child.
Yes.
Who's not getting what he wants, and he just continues to ask for it. And I don't remember him being like that in other books. But maybe he is, and I just haven't read enough Hulk. But we've read Hulk on this show.
This is probably the most difficult I feel like he's been.
I would agree.
Like, I understand the struggle that he has, but like because if he's not angry, he's not the Hulk, if he's able to calm down or whatever. But apparently
he's not perma-Hulk.
He's so mad right now that Doctor Strange is not in front of him.
Wizard is not in front of him.
Magician.
Magician.
Magician is not in front of him, that he is smashing, as we've talked about, that the Hulk needs a door in the Sanctorum, so he just not destroy the building constantly.
Apparently that is what he does.
But he is throwing Luke Cage into load-bearing walls.
Yeah,
this place ain't that big. I mean, it's big, but it's not that big, is it? I
don't really know. That's a good question.
Like Luke Cage is bursting through this wall, and as he's being tossed, being shoved, he's like, "Sweet sister, Hulk is on a rampage, and he's tearing the place apart." And Hulk is like, "I need to find Magician. Magician is not here. I need to see him." And apparently this was happening I don't remember him being so furious.
Yeah.
At the end of last issue. Like they defeated.
I mean, he was mad because he was wet. So maybe he's still mad about that.
I mean, towels exist.
Yes, true. I don't know. He's just very upset about this. So he's mad, but we do see that Nighthawk put on a shirt.
Yeah, thankfully he put his shirt back on.
Important.
But the Hulk's fighting Luke Cage, and Nighthawk flies in. He's like, "Hey man, why aren't you getting along with Hulk?" And he's like, and Luke's like, "What the fuck, dude? He's just being a fucking dickhead."
Right. And then of course now Hulk's fighting all them, but then Valkyrie comes in and she's like, "Hey man, why don't we calm down?" And Hulk's like, "Good idea."
Nighthawk is like, "Listen to me. For once, lettuce lips."
Yeah.
And then
the fact that all these men call each other shit like this, the entire book is very strange.
It is very strange. But then Hulk was like, no one tells Hulk what to do. Not fuzzy hair, not bird nose, no one.
Yeah.
So check this out. This is me applauding in the minimalist way, in the most minimal way, Marvel not using a worse way to for Hulk to describe Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Like it's not like
it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, like he could have been a lot worse, because that there was one where he was.
Oh, there probably was. And they're like,
there was a first pass on this that thankfully did not make it.
Yeah. So somebody stepped in.
Fuzzy hair is fine. Not that he couldn't call him bracelet head.
Yeah, bracelet head could have worked.
Or yellow shirt.
Chain belt, sure.
You could have called him a million other things. I mean, fuzzy hair. I again.
Good job, guys. We didn't insult people too badly.
Let's go get some Papaya King.
Papaya King.
That's like the hot dog place.
Oh yeah.
There's Papaya King, or there was at some point, like a Papaya King and Great Papaya. So for some reason they call it papaya, but they serve hot dogs.
Are they made of papaya?
I don't know.
That would actually probably be disgusting.
I don't know. I don't know if I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
Valkyrie explains, and Hulk just calls him girl. Hulk calls her girl.
Yes.
Look, we're friends. I know Doctor Strange ain't here, but you need to calm down.
And we're going to try to find him.
Let's just formulate a plan. And Nighthawk, of course, Nighthawk's like, Jesus, he actually listens to you? Wow.
Yeah. But then something weird happens here, because some guy comes in.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got here where Red Guardian has a phone call. She's getting off the phone. Apparently,
that's right.
She's talking to Russia.
Russia, just in general, no one specific, just Russia.
Yeah, she's talking to Russia, and Russia was like, "Hey, do
you want to come home?
Come home." And she's like, "But I don't want to come home, because that's not really."
How about you make your decision? And she's like, "This is a thing I have to think about. Right. So that is what I'm going to do for the rest of this issue."
Right. And apparently, in the previous instance, I think it was actually shortly after she debuted, Dr. Strange used some sort of hypnotism to like convince Russia to not let them hang out with her, let her hang out with them.
The whole country?
Or whoever, Gorbachev or fucking Biel or whoever was in charge of Russia, Lenin.
Actually, what year is this?
This is 1977.
Trying to think, because Putin was head of the KGB at one point.
Okay,
so maybe him. I don't remember how old Putin is.
It's like Putin on that shirtless on that horse, and like Dr. Strange like hypnotizing him to be like, "You will let us hang out with Red Guardian if she wants to."
Good idea.
Good idea. He's like, "Good idea. Goodbye. I'm on my horse."
Bye.
So they figure out that Dr. Strange is staying at the Hotel Americana.
Yes.
And he's there with that Omar Kinderu or Kirindu.
The guy who had the jewel.
He's a fella that not many people respect because he's just like he's kind of like that in Late Night with the Devil, like that guy that came out to do like the
the guy at the beginning who has like, he's like, I can talk to spirits or whatever. Yeah,
that guy. It's kind of like that guy.
That goes bad for that guy.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
No, it didn't go well for that guy.
He should have not taken that booking.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah,
yeah, right.
Yeah, bad booking.
So they're like, Hulk's like, let's go to the hotel. I want to see magician. Yeah, he is shouting every minute. He's like in every panel. He's like, I want to see Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I don't know why he wants to see Doctor Strange.
Does Doctor Strange owe him money?
Maybe like fucking Bruce Banner's really, really pissed because Doctor Strange owes him $5 and he hasn't gotten it back yet.
Yeah, right. I mean, Spider-Man gave him $5, you know. And
yeah, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Nope. He wants his $5 from Magician.
Or maybe he was promising him to take him to Coney Island or wherever was that? What's that one island they talk? WHM talks about being the seafood place, City Island.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, they talked about that a few times. Where it's like you don't go there. You only go there if you're going to get the fried seafood.
Oh no, I don't know what place that is.
Yeah, they talk about.
It's not Staten Island.
No,
it's not Long Island.
Yeah, it's an island. There's a lot of islands in New York.
That is very true.
They're all over the place.
I want to get fried seafood.
Yeah, apparently if you go to the city, it's a City Island seafood. You get, I don't know if they just deep fry, just throw a bunch of like fish in a deep fryer and it just comes out all crispy and delicious.
There was like, what's that place called?
Legal Seafood?
Kelly's. No, it was Kelly's.
Kelly's, yeah.
Kelly's on Revere Beach.
Well, Kelly, they put one over by us, remember? And Harvard.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely did. But I mean, like, there was the one that I first went to was the one because I have family down that way. So
yeah.
There was one on Revere Beach of all fucking places, and you just walk up to it, and you get your food and you walk around. And I had like clam strips, and then all the seagulls try to eat it from you, steal it from you.
Revere Beach, suck it and fuck it every night of the week.
You know it. No, yeah, fried seafood sounds good. Sorry.
So they decided to do their plan that Hulk, Nighthawk, and Luke are going to go to the Americana, and Valkyrie is going to hang out with Red Guardian because she's going to, just like, hey, you know what?
She's having a day.
You're having a day. I'm going to hang out with you. If you need me, give me a call. And so Hulk comes up behind Luke, and he's like, hey, man, Hulk, sorry for hitting fuzzy hair.
Yeah.
And he's like, and you this is kind of where you're reminded that Nighthawk is Bruce Wayne of this outfit.
Yes, yeah, because he's like a billionaire or whatever. Well, probably a millionaire. Yeah. This is the 70s.
Yeah, and he's like, well, because Hulk's like, you coming too? And he's like, yeah, I guess. And Brute and what's his face is like, Nighthawk's like, yeah, well, on my payroll, you will.
Yeah.
Money. Okay, and this is where.
So this is where like all of a sudden some dude shows up.
So this actually takes some explanation.
Yes, it does. Because I was like, wait, but I just want to say, like, this guy shows up and he's like, whatever his name is.
So it's Jack Norris.
And they're like, we gave you $300,000 to go away.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money in the 70s. I mean, that's a lot of money now. It's a lot of money in the 70s.
Yeah, I know. It takes a lot of explaining because it's basically Valkyrie's backstory.
Yeah, see, this is what I was going to ask you because from what I understand, so it looks like this guy was married to whoever the hell's body Valkyrie is piloting around.
Right.
Her name was Barbara something.
Barbara Norris.
So is Valkyrie like a ghost? Like how are we working this?
So
is she like, boo, I stole your body?
No, so
and now she can't get out of it?
Okay, so the deal was, and this is, I'm going to explain this the best I can because it doesn't make, it's so fucking trippy.
Yeah, it's weird.
But Valkyrie meets this dude and they decide to join a cult.
Wait, Valkyrie or Barbara?
Barbara.
Okay.
Barbara
meets a dude. Says cult.
They joined a cult. According to the wiki, it says they joined the cult for kicks, which kind of funny.
Oh yeah, usually that's not how joining a cult works, but yes. So they joined a cult.
They joined a cult, and the cult was with the Undying Ones or something, and they were going to use Hulk to fight some guardian in that realm. But then something Barbara Norris turned face during this process and was like, no, this is really dumb or whatever, and she intervened to try to stop this or something, and she was chucked into this dimension, and Enchantress did something to meld her with the Norse god.
Okay.
And so this poor guy has been trying to
get his wife back. But can Valkyrie give the body back? Or
I mean, that persona can leave his wife's body.
Well, then where does Valkyrie go? Like, that's what I'm confused about.
I don't know.
Into the Viking realm.
Yeah.
Like, she goes to the break room until they find another body. Like, she's hanging out in the back, maybe.
Yeah, she goes into the break room. She kind of has, reads a magazine.
Yeah. Just reading a magazine being like, you find me a body? And they're like, yeah, not yet. And she's like, all right, cool.
So she's hoping there's some Yoo-Hoos left in the employee fridge.
Oh, who doesn't know? Do they still make Yoo-Hoo?
I think they might.
Yeah, she's hoping for Yoo-Hoo. She's hoping maybe she can catch that really good run of Forensic Files on the TV.
Well, we never had TV in the break room.
You never had a TV in your break room?
Well, I'm always thinking about the break room. For some reason, the break room, I'm thinking about like FYE being just in the back, and we never had like a TV. We had radio.
Oh, you know, when I worked at Target, we had a TV.
Oh, fancy.
But other than that, no, DSW did not have a TV.
Fair enough. Yeah, and so this guy's trying to get his wife back, and but
then he's also kind of like accepted that he can't, because then he was like, well, I thought it'd be nice to get to know you, Valkyrie.
Yeah.
So
but Valkyrie is like, look,
nah,
you can't have none of this anymore.
Nah.
But something, and there's something where this guy, the defenders gave him $300,000
to go away, but then he invested some of that to prevent Ruby Tuesday from becoming president. Oh, I thought you were going to say prevent Ruby Tuesday from becoming a restaurant.
No,
I mean, that probably would have helped when we went to the last one. Because we wouldn't have had such a terrible experience.
Yeah, I know. I think I would actually pay $300,000 for Ruby Tuesday to go away. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, sure.
It's something where he was still kind of involved.
Yeah, because something's obviously going on, because he has this conversation with Valkyrie, and she's like, "Dude, I don't have any fucking interest in whatever you got going on." And he's like, "Well, fine, I'm leaving." And then as he's leaving, like, he sees someone, and he's like, "No, not you," but we don't ever see who that person is. He's like, "We'll have to talk about that next time."
Well, we don't see this person next time either.
Cool.
So eventually,
so we will never know.
What ends up being, it's a life model. I'll just say it right out. It's a life model decoy of Nick Fury, known as not Jacob Fury. What do they call him? Call something. For some reason, I'll call him Simon Fury or something like that. But it's because this guy ended up getting involved. This Jack Norris guy got involved in S.H.I.E.L.D. And then there's also, and coming up in the run after this, we end up engaging with Nick Fury's brother, Jacob. He was Scorpio. Who was like a bunch of Libra, a bunch of horoscope themed villains and shit.
So this Norris guy, does he have powers? Is he like just kind of like a spy?
He's a guy.
He's just a guy. He's kind of like a Steve Trevor, maybe.
Not even that. He only got those kind of skills. He's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
Just a guy who joined a cult, and everything went to shit.
That usually happens when you join a cult.
So yeah, he runs away. He's like, "Leave me alone!"
Yeah, he gets all upset, and that's the last we see of him.
Well, yeah, he'll be back in that issue. But we catch up with Luke Cage. So Nighthawk is flying.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk has Luke Cage on his shoulders,
and he is jumping.
And Luke is like, "Yo, can we like get here quicker? Because I have steel skin.
I'm being jostled.
But I'm being, it's just not really comfortable. So
he's just like jostle.
I just keep thinking every time he lands, he's like, ow, my balls. Ow, my balls. And Hulk's like, Hulk don't care about your balls.
He's like, Hulk has to get to magician. Hulk doesn't care about Luke Cage's balls.
Like, Hulk makes Belt Man impotent.
Belt Man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call him fuzzy hair.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, it's probably for the best.
Right, for the best. But yeah, this is very like, I'm granted. Okay, I understand the convenience of this. That if you're on Hulk's shoulders,
yes,
you could cover a lot of ground because Luke Cage does not have leaping abilities.
Nor can he fly. True.
He'd have to take a cab or something.
Actually really, you know what? Maybe he should take a cab.
He probably should have taken a cab.
He's getting in a cab. He probably gets stuck in the Midtown Tunnel or whatever. And Hulk just like springs.
It'd be funny
at least his balls would be okay.
That's true. It'd be funny if he just got in a cab and then like you just don't see him for the rest of the
That would be so fucking funny. Or if we do, it's just cutting to him sitting in a cab in traffic.
And he just goes, I quit the Defenders. I sit in the cab.
That's amazing. Because he wanted to quit in the first place.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be here really.
He doesn't want this.
And honestly,
he said it last issue.
None of this is working out well for him.
No, he's getting his balls jostled.
Yeah.
He got an egg thrown at him. A child's Easter egg thrown at him for no reason.
He had to yeet George Lucas.
He had to yeet George Lucas because he was yelling about a stupid car that nobody cared about.
Very tough.
It's just he's not having a good day.
So they finally show up at this hotel, and just as they're showing up, the villains Solar and Rhino from last issue are being taken away. Solar is in an iron lung.
Yeah, it looks like what's his face is Rhino is just like on a stretcher.
Rhino's on a stretcher with like these steel things covering him, and I guess they sedated them. I don't know why they sedated them, but they did. I mean, granted, they probably had to sedate them so they're not causing damage.
Sure,
but but they were the ones that were. I thought they were subdued by Red Rajah.
Yeah.
So, but they're still alive. Luke is like, oh my God, they're not. I'm sure that they're not even breathing. Well, actually, we do get a point here where Luke is like, yeah, I'm glad Solar's in an iron lung because he tried to melt me to the sidewalk.
Yeah,
which,
they're like, fuck this Solar guy.
Yeah, and Hulk is just mad because Rhino hit him from behind.
Yes.
Did not like it.
Honestly, Hulk would be mad even if he'd never seen Rhino. At this point, he's just mad about everything.
He's mad about everything. And so we get this, for some reason, we get this close up of this cop, this Lieutenant Chris Keating.
Oh, yeah, because he's like working the scene, right? And he's got a cigarette, I think.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And they
pretty thin cigarette.
Yeah, well, 70s. Do you remember Virginia Slims or?
Yeah, but this is the 70s, man. Are we doing like hardcore cigarettes? You know,
that's a really good question. Maybe he rolled that one himself, which is why it's all skinny.
Oh, maybe a roll zone. Yeah.
Roll zone. So sometimes those get skinny.
If I was reading this book in 1977, I would write into the Defenders dialogue and say, "Hey,
does he roll on his own?
Does Lieutenant Keating roll his own cigarettes? Thanks. I'll hang up and listen."
I'll hang up and listen.
But yeah, he's the one that's handling this.
They kind of make a big deal about this guy.
Yeah, but they use him to kind of get him to this Korindu guy.
Yeah.
And this is where we learn about what's going on.
Yeah.
With this Ruby and how everything is going to shit. Also, we got to point out Hulk is furious because Magician is not there.
Yep,
so he tries to start throttling this guy.
And as you do.
As you do. The gem has lain dormant for years, and then and somehow Doctor Strange activated it, and now he is Red Rajah-ing all over the place.
Yep.
So now we're back at the.
Do we find? I'm assuming maybe next issue. Do we find out why it attached to him and made him Red Rajah?
I think,
or was it just like you're here?
Kind of do. I think it's something power related, or whatever. It just happened.
Yeah, as it does.
Well, there's some interesting takes in this issue and next issue.
Okay.
Of things that I'm just like, they have a way of sneaking things in here.
Yeah.
That I find, I think especially next issue.
I think you're going to have to point out some of these things because I'm not sure.
Just because something a lot to do with how we kind of hinted at the communism thing last issue.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we have Red Guardian.
They keep trying to sprinkle that spice in there, you know?
Oh, yeah, just trying to throw it in.
America today, you know, kind of, Russia.
All art is a reflection of the times.
It is. So we're back at the Sanctorum, and out of nowhere, Hellcat shows up.
Yes, this is so very strange because all of a sudden she's just like sitting on a desk.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, I guess I'm looking for Doctor Strange. Well, hey, let's go do a couple panel flashbacks to see what I've been doing.
Yeah. As if I mean, look, I'm all for Patsy Walker showing up.
Sure.
Pretty cool. But I don't know I don't know why she's here exactly. She showed up to talk to Doctor Strange for reasons.
Yes.
And now she's involved.
Yes.
But I do want to point out this panel kind of confuses me because she's sitting on this desk, cool teacher style. And, and as she's talking, there's a statue next to her. And I thought this statue was also like a guy that she brought with her. Like this little Beetleborg looking thing.
Alien.
Yeah. I'm like, I thought this guy was talking, but yeah, she's like, Doctor Strange here? And she's like, oh no, he's been like gone for a little bit. And she's like, fuck.
Yeah,
the world is doomed.
Everything is doomed because if I can't talk to Doctor Strange, it is fucking over.
It's like, I don't know, we'll just go find him, I guess. Like, calm down, lady.
Yeah.
But so she explains that she's been on Titan hanging out with Moondragon to learn about how to use her powers because Patsy Walker somehow has a limited amount of psychic abilities.
Okay.
And Moondragon being
like the sorceress or something? Like what is she, like a god?
Who?
Moondragon.
No, she's just Moondragon's not a god. She.
What does she say? Because she says something about her in here. I thought she called her a sorceress.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of is a sorceress, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's more what it was.
Because the deal with Moondragon is that Moondragon's origin is actually because Moondragon was just a girl, a gal, whose father was Drax.
Okay.
Who was a saxophone player.
Right.
And him and his wife and Heather, Moondragon, were driving back from Vegas.
Yes.
And because he's coming back from a gig, Thanos' ship flew over. They saw it. And Thanos was like, I can't have anybody seeing me. So collateral damage, they blew up her car.
Oh.
Right. But Heather lived. And then because Thanos was such a jerk, Mentor, who is like also is like the good version on Titan guy on Titan. I think he was actually Thanos' dad or something.
Okay.
It was like
it's weird to think that Thanos has a father.
He does.
Okay, sorry.
And Thanos was like, or Mentor was like, you know what? My son's such a dick. So I'm gonna take this girl because her father. Well, first of all, her mother's dead. The father, they decided just to resurrect, to put his soul into a body they created out of nothing, into the Drax body.
Okay.
So that's what Drax, and then Drax just went around just doing his thing. They'd send him off to go kill Thanos. But then Mentor was like, you know what? I'm going to take Heather Douglas and she's going to be Moondragon. She's going to learn like how to be like a psychic powerhouse.
Okay.
All because you were driving down the 10 or what was it? Is it, what's the road to Vegas? What is it? The 5? I forgot. We say, but basically you're heading up to Vegas. You're just,
I think it is the 10.
Yeah. You know, you just got out of Barstow. You're like, all right, let's get the rest of the way there. And a spaceship flies by and it was like, yo, man.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody I was there.
Yeah.
And you get blowed up. So, and so she showed up or something happened where she's in Titan and Moondragon was like, holy shit, something's going on. And for some reason, instead of trying to reach Doctor Strange herself because she is Moondragon, she sends Patsy back to Earth to go and deal with this. And she goes and sees the Defenders. Also, apparently, at some point, the Avengers.
Okay.
The Avengers at some point offered her a role.
That's right. And they're like keeping it open for her.
And there's like, yeah, you're so good. You're so cool.
We love you.
We want you here. We really want you here.
You are the best.
You're the best.
Obviously.
Yeah, I know you want to hang out with the Defenders and you're going to meet Son of Satan and that's how your life's going to go. But you really should be with us.
Yes.
Because we're pretty groovy too.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that happens. And as they're telling the story, Red Guardian looks out the window and everybody in I don't know if this is the entirety of Manhattan.
I was actually wondering about this because all of a sudden people are just standing there and they have all become zombies.
Yes.
But for some reason, it does not affect any of the superheroes.
Well, there's certain reasons why.
Okay. Do we learn that next issue?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It has to do with communism.
Right. Because superheroes can't be communists? Well, what about Red Guardian? She's a fucking communist.
Well, it's because she's a dissenter.
Is she?
That's what I was able to. She kind of tries to push out there.
All right.
Because the whole thing with this Red Rajah is like, hey, everybody, as we're going to come to find out, Red Rajah is like, hey, everybody, let's all be one mind together. We're all going to do it together.
What, just like think?
We're all going to think together.
Why?
Because that'll create world peace.
Sure.
Because nobody will be mad about no individual thoughts will going on where people will be mad about shit. It will be everybody be thinking about the same thing and everything will be okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But you're sacrificing your individuality.
But I thought we're not just like thinking together for a minute. Like
it's just
we're going to have to be like that forever.
Yeah. You're just you all go at the same time.
Oh no, go away.
Right. So,
I like having my own internal thoughts. People don't need to know what's going on in this head.
No, I mean, look, if you want to all get together and think about some solutions for maybe like half a day, we can maybe break for lunch at some point.
No, totally. But I need alone time. This whatever's going on in Jen's head needs to stay there.
Indeed, yeah. And Red Rajah would be like, hey.
Yeah, they'd be like, what?
No.
Stop it.
Stop it.
pretty much turns into Tom Atkins. People just screaming.
Tom Atkins is Red Rajah? Actually, it'd be kind of great.
That'd be awesome. But just him screaming at me to stop it.
Actually, Tom Atkins would make a great Doctor Strange.
100%.
Why was that never a thing? Why couldn't we ever got that sometime in the 80s,
It's a good question.
You could have, off the heels of Night of the Creeps, you could have shown up as Doctor Strange.
That'd have been awesome.
Just wearing a thing, just be like Doctor Strange flying around with a big cape and road sodas.
Yes. Well, that would be so much easier to do, like back then too, because like he wouldn't have to wear a mask or anything. So it's just like a guy in a cape.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have to, because we've seen some of those older like 70s Captain America where it's just like, what's happening?
Yeah. Doctor Strange is easy. You just need a dude with a sick mustache, and Tom Atkins is your man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, so everybody's mesmerized. Even Wong, the manservant, is having a zombified moment right now. Now the ladies, Red Guardian, Valkyrie, and Hellcat are like, all right, let's go kick some ass. Let's go figure this out. It's like that ladies moment in Infinity War.
Oh yeah, they just show up and they're like, "Hey, everybody, clap because there's women."
Clap for women. They should just emphasize like applause for women.
Clap for women,
ladies. So now we get more of this backstory about this stupid gem. I can't wait for this to be over, to be honest.
It's getting a little tedious.
Yeah, the gem is ruby. The ruby is sentient.
Yes.
It's sentient, and it just wants everything to be cool. And then it took over one dude, and it wasn't all that great. But then somebody stopped it. But he needs like a powerful dude. And Doctor Strange, with all his arcane knowledge, is that dude.
Oh, man.
So then this is where everybody finds out that Doctor Strange is Red Rajah. It wasn't apparent ahead of time. And Hulk is furious.
Uh-huh.
And in the middle of this, the Kalindu, or whatever, I forgot his name, but he just gets zombified and walks away. Karindu, excuse me.
Yes.
And they all walk out, and everybody is like, all right. Let's go outside. Hulk just goes, where do puny humans go? I do enjoy that.
Puny humans.
And in Central Park, there is a big glowing mess of something. They all propel themselves over there. This time, Luke kind of does like a piggyback on top of Hulk.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was doing before.
No, he was just, if I'm correct, it looked like he was doing, I got to go back here. He was doing like the chicken fight stance.
Oh, okay. I thought he was doing the same thing.
Yeah. So here he's doing the chicken fight stance. Like he's on his legs are over Hulk soldiers.
His balls was getting smashed.
Yeah, he was like, I can't take this anymore. It's like, well, maybe you should have did the piggyback thing ahead of time.
Yeah, because then at least your balls wouldn't have been squished.
Yeah, you could. I mean, Hulk could have picked you. Hulk could pick you up no matter what because he's strong.
Yeah,
he could do whatever.
I'm like, what are you trying to do? Give yourself a vasectomy? What are we doing?
I don't know. Maybe he's like, you know what?
If I smash this enough,
I don't have. Look, I just want to go out and slam.
I don't want to wear a condom though. So
yeah, that's right. He's like,
it's much easier if Hulk just jumps around until my balls fall off.
Hulk smash my balls.
Hulk smash my balls. Yeah.
Ow, my balls.
Ow.
We do get a sweet Christmas from.
Ow. Ow.
Ow. Quit it. Ow. Quit it. We do get a sweet Christmas from Luke as they arrive here, and they see Red Rajah, and they're like, Luke's like, it's Doctor Strange, and Hulk's like, it's not him, it's not my friend. Like, calm down, buddy.
Right.
We get this thing where he calls it the single spirit. Everybody's gonna think together at once. It's just how it's going to be. Submerge your individual desires, forswear your competitive spirits. Join me in collective consciousness. Blend your thoughts into harmonious union with my own. Prepare for a future of blissful unity, a world in absolute accordance with the will of the Red Rajah. Let's fucking go.
But he also wants everybody's will to be their own, but then
no, he wants everybody's will to be his.
Oh, he doesn't want like a collective.
Well, no, yeah, he's going to think first, and we're all going to think. I don't know if it's like a Care Bears thing where all the brains.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, are we talking like the same shit that like Red Guardian's trying to do, just sort of differently?
Well, questions?
Question mark? Yeah, we don't know.
Nighthawk is like, hey, let go my friend.
Right.
And he gets fucked up. He should be dead here.
Oh, absolutely.
He gets skazacked because Red Rajah shoots a bunch of energy at him, and it looks like he kind of gets like charred.
Oh, 100%.
It's pretty wild.
He dies. You know what? I have to say that Nighthawk kind of jobs.
Oh, he's not
like,
that good.
All the time for being this team's Bruce Wayne.
He is like...
He kind of sucks.
He's like a G-level Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he's like Bruce Wayne if Bruce Wayne didn't actually train.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. I've never seen Nighthawk do anything martial art related.
He just has money.
He just has money, and he has a jetpack / cape wing thing.
Like he's not even as skilled as like Green Arrow.
No,
man.
No. He is
job.
He is just pure money.
Yeah.
He is a money mark.
Oh, you mean like Tony Khan?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Who started a promotion?
Yes,
so
but this is on TV.
Oh,
this is on TV. Yeah. You can see that on TV
no, that's
every
just
week.
because he had more money. Instead of just being like a regular guy scraping together money, he just happens to be the son of a billionaire.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But Hulk wants to smash this Red Rajah, and Red Rajah takes care of him pretty handily. We do get this wicked battle of Luke kind of jumping up to the stage.
Honestly, that's a great panel. I looked at that one earlier. I was like, that's a pretty sweet panel.
He's like looking at the between like.
He's like, look at those feet.
His feet. He's like, hey, it's kind of like
Tootsies.
But then he gets attacked by a bunch of these citizens. They stop him. So we got G. Gordon Liddy. Who else here? Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Some dude with a nice coif. And they're just pounding the shit out of him. Because they're like, hey, we are one with this guy's mind.
Yeah.
We're not going to stand for your shit.
No.
Luke, Hulk, and Nighthawk are in stasis. They're being held like they're neutralized. And he is like, all right, the era of the individual is over. And somebody off screen yells, baloney.
Baloney.
I like a good baloney.
We don't say baloney enough anymore.
We don't use baloney. We don't say phony baloney enough.
Yeah.
And we see the Defenders ladies in in this panel here, and they're like, all right, well, we need to stop you, Red Rajah. It's the ladies. Could be next issue's could be the ladies versus the men, Defender versus Defender for the fate of the Earth.
Interesting.
And that's how this ends.
Cool.
So one more issue of the Red Rajah situation, and that is gonna be it. But I don't know. Here's the thing.
I'm getting kind of over Hulk.
I'm actually very over Hulk.
I am.
I'm just like, man, calm down, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely.
Like, I know you have this very simple mindset when you're the Hulk, but it's like he's a baby and somebody puts their hands in front of their face. It's like, oh no, they're not in front of me. I'm going to cry.
Where did they go? And then he's all upset.
He has no object permanence.
Nope.
I'm like, I can't, I don't know how much more of that. I love the Defenders, but I can't take that from Hulk every friggin' issue.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I'm with you.
That really kind of that really turned me off because I'm just like, can we just do stuff? You know, like, actually, can we spend more time with Luke?
Yeah, actually, Luke's been a lot of fun this whole time.
Luke's just here. He's just like, hey man, I'm here to do a job. I'm not really enjoying this, but I'm making the most of it.
He's trying.
I'm not being an asshole every step of the way.
Yeah,
like the Hulk is.
Right.
So yeah, next issue we kind of wrap that up, and that's gonna be it.
Nice.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Find us on our socials. Find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please rate and review the show wherever you get it. And feel free to send us a message at worstcollectionever@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. And Facebook too, always too. Just find us on Facebook and comment on.
Mm-hmm.
A good friend of the show, Rob Brown, did point out from last episode
that stuff is collected.
Yeah. And I thought I knew that for the Hellstorm collection with just the Warren Ellis books.
Yeah.
I thought I remembered that, but I was not entirely aware of it. And I'm glad it exists.
No, absolutely.
So now I get to track that down. So that saves me the trouble of finding every individual issue. Not that I don't hate doing that, but I will gladly buy a trade to get my Hellstorm fix. So anyways, folks, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Bye.